Hello again. Welcome back to another talking video, and well, this is going to be one of the few that is left for this year. I have this video today, and I know I have two talking videos planned for December, and those will be on kind of a different subject than this. You could say that the one about kindness can tie into this subject, because for the topic today, what I would like to speak on can relate to behavior and how it can definitely be the kind thing to do. And, well, that is on being confident and humble. This is one of the subjects that has come to my mind over the last couple of months, and, well, I do think for all of us, it can be important and beneficial for all of us to find our confidence during our time on Earth, and, well, after we have found our confidence, we can also be confident and be humble as well. I think those two things can go together oh so well. And, I talk about that because I like to speak on how we can all strive to be the best people we can be. And yeah, I just think that both being confident and humble, those are things that go together, and it can be very beneficial for all of us to find both of those things in our lives. And, well, starting with being confident, there are really two different thoughts that come to mind when I think about how can we be confident. And I think it is so important for all of us to find our confidence with who we are and also with our appearance, what we look like. When it comes to who we are, I think so much about what our interests are and what our hobbies are, and I think it is very beneficial for all of us to find the confidence in knowing what our interests and hobbies are, and then showing that to the world and telling that to other people. And it's good to know what our interests and hobbies are, and also what may not be our interest or hobbies or skills. And I know for me, one of the things that I can do is I can play the violin. That is my instrument, and yes, I know how to play the violin. And, well, it may not be how do I say it? It may not be as smooth or quote-unquote perfect like some people in the professional symphony, but still, I know how to play the violin, and I can play a melody and make it sound at least fairly well. And yeah, that has been one of my skills since I was first taught how to play the violin. And maybe to some people, that's not the coolest instrument, but, well, that's my instrument, and I will always gladly say that, yes, I am a violin player. And You know, I am confident in saying that to anyone, and, well, I can also be confident and honest with saying that I was never really able to learn how to play the guitar. And, you know, that's just not one of my skills. And, well, I think for all of us, when I'm talking about our hobbies or interests or skills, it's good to know what you can do and maybe what you cannot do, and be honest and confident in sharing that with everyone. And I think it's so important to be confident and honest with that, because there can be times when people may say something that is not true by saying, oh yeah, actually I can do that, I do have that skill, when they really don't. And I think back to the Drake and Josh episode where Josh is talking to Kathy, and Josh ends up creating a lie where he says, yeah, I can play the guitar. And then he's invited to play the guitar at Kathy's birthday, and, well, Drake and Josh come up with a lie of an idea, and then it goes very badly, and, you know, it was just a big mess for a while. And, well, Josh and Kathy were able to get back to a good place after Kathy was disappointed with that lie, but that's not to say that every person would be able to get back on good terms with you after you've lied to them and tried to do something like that. And I just think if we can be confident and honest up front about what we can do and what we cannot do, then that could save us some trouble, and people respect the truth about ourselves. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that one part about being confident with who we are or what we're not, and also with our appearance and everything. I want to share this because I do think it is something that we all reflect on and think about at some point. You know, we all come into the world, and then we look in the mirror at some point, and we have the face we have, and we have the body we have, and there are people who may come to like what they see in the mirror about themselves, and then there are people who are not so sure about that. And what I would just always say to anyone, and I would say this in a way that is encouraging, is to, you know, find good things that you like about your appearance. And I hope that you can find a way to be confident with your smile and your appearance. And just remember that I think all of us are searching for a way to be confident with our appearance. And sometimes we can find that through looking in the mirror and finding good things about ourselves. And then some people can find their confidence through somebody else complimenting them. And for me, I remember when that happened. when I first became confident with my appearance. And this was in February or March of 2010 when I was 17 and a half. And I was sitting in the sanctuary at my home church, and one of my mom's friends, who was always kind of vocal and spoke her mind, I just remember she said to me one day, "Yeah, Melinda, your son is good looking. Yeah, I hope that he can see that too." And she said that to me as well. "Oh yes, he has beautiful features and everything." I remember that moment, and well, I don't know if she knew how impactful that would be, but really from that time onwards, I started to believe that, yeah, I am happy with what I see in the mirror, and I found my confidence with my smile, and I was also growing more confident with slicking my hair back and then growing out the mullet. And I know over time that there have been some other compliments as well that have lifted me up about my appearance. I remember a couple of times when I was still dyeing my hair different colors. I remember, in 2014, I did not quite get there with what I wanted, but I remember in that year I wanted to dye my hair red, or really more of like an orange color. I was trying to imitate the color on David Bowie's Earthling album cover. And, well, my hair ended up looking more red than orange, but I do remember how for a bit there were some people who walked by me, and some girls did say, nice hair color. And I think one or two said, yeah, when you have the red hair, that really makes your eyes look blue. And, compliments like that have gone a long way in lifting me up and feeling better about me growing confident about my appearance. And yes, from 2010 onwards, I can say that I have grown more confident with my appearance and also with who I am. And, some things may be different from what is considered normal or cool, but yes, I am happy with the fact that I do love older music and discovering old music, and for me at least, I can handle the roller coasters, and I love bowling, and yes, I have accepted the faith in God, and I am happy with all of those things, and and being a violin player, and yeah, that's who I am. And over time I have grown confident with who I am, and I've grown confident with my appearance. And yes, the confidence part has become a part of me over time. But also, in addition to that, for all of us who can find our confidence, I do think as well that it is very important to maintain a behavior of being humble, because in this world there are people who do become confident in themselves, but then, you find confident people who brag about themselves, they brag about their accomplishments or things that they have purchased, and I can think of certain times when a few of my friends or family members have commented on somebody else that they've known who has continued to brag about themselves or their accomplishments or their purchases, and I can just hear it and see it, how some of my friends and family members do not think very well of certain people who are bragging and not being humble. And I just want to pass that along as well, because I know that all of us who are striving to be the best people we can be, it may take a lot of work, but I do believe that we can strive to be confident with who we are and with our appearance. And we can also be kind and humble. And with being humble, you know, maybe there are a few things that we can simply keep to ourselves instead of bragging about to other people. And well, when I think of being humble, and if we have accomplished a lot, what I would also say is that, yes, all of us may have accomplished certain things, or we may be crossing off one thing after another on our bucket list after we've achieved it, but even if we do share a lot of our accomplishments with other people, the thing to know is that, well, with other people out there, they have their own lives that they are thinking about. And also, there are people out there who may be poor or very unhappy, or they're going through something challenging. And if we were to start bragging to other people, then, yeah, I mean, other people may not really care. Maybe some close friends and family members would care, but a lot of people may not care, and also a lot of people may already be feeling sad, and then they may feel even more sad when they hear of an accomplishment and we're rubbing it in their face, and some people may feel even sadder. And yeah, I just think it's so important to be kind and humble. And maybe for me over time, maybe I could keep some more things to myself. If I do ever make it to 200 roller coasters or 300 roller coasters, maybe that is something that I could keep to myself more, instead of sharing it with everybody. Just a thought. And, well, when I think of people who really seem to be genuinely humble, and I think of celebrities, there may not be many who do try to be very humble, but the one example that always seems to come to my mind is the musician Bob Dylan. And with Bob Dylan, he has been regarded as the #1 greatest songwriter of all time, at least with the songwriters from the 20th century. And yeah, I mean, that's quite the accomplishment when you have so many other great songwriters like Paul Simon, Neil Young, and many more who could be in the running to be considered the greatest. And what I have appreciated with Bob Dylan, and many people seem to appreciate, is that, yeah, I mean, Dylan knows about all of the great awards that have been given to him over the years. From the time that he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1982 and everything onwards. Dylan has been aware of all of the awards that have been presented to him, and yet we have not seen this through his behavior or his songs, where he has started to proclaim, yeah, I am the #1 greatest songwriter, and you are all below me, and you all don't even come close. I have never seen that in any of his work, and again, I think back to when Bob Dylan was making his 3 albums of standards, the mostly Frank Sinatra songs. There was that important reminder of being humble through the song Braggin'. And I just think that Bob Dylan has done such a wonderful job in conducting himself with his behavior over his career, and knowing all of the great awards that have been presented to him, and still he has been humble about it all. And I do think as well that he has done a great job in being humble by complimenting other musicians about certain songs that other people have created. And yeah, I do think that is a very kind and humble thing to do as well, where we can genuinely compliment other people and say, you know, I do like what you've done with your hairstyle, or I like your glasses, or that shirt is really cool, or yeah, you do have a great talent of painting or playing that instrument, or you're very good at that sport, you're very good at your job. Yeah, I mean, that is a kind and humble thing to do, by not focusing as much on ourselves and trying to make us feel like we're the greatest thing ever, but complimenting other people as well. I've seen that through Bob Dylan, and, well, I would just hope that for all of us, that we can find our confidence with who we are, and we can find it with our appearance, and also remember to be kind and humble as well. I just wanted to share all of that today, and, well, yeah, I just hope that everyone can remember that. And, well, here we are now, as we are approaching the end of November. And yeah, I will have 2 more talking videos between now and the end of this year. And, well, I do hope that everyone can have a nice Thanksgiving coming up. And I hope you've enjoyed everything as of lately. And yeah, I hope to be back and share more videos when we begin December, which is coming up very soon. And with that, I do believe that is everything that I have wanted to say for today's video. I hope we can all remember to be confident and humble, and we can keep striving to be the best people we can be. So, yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching today's video. Have a happy and nice Thanksgiving coming up soon, and I will see you again for another video. Thank you.